If you're looking for a specific knife and glove combo, then this video is for you, as I will be showing you combos for every pair of gloves. Of course, these are not all combos possible, but I try to be creative so there are lots of options for everyone. I will be making this showcase in two parts, so stay tuned for part 2. Starting off with the sport gloves. We have slingshot gloves, and you can pair them best with Talon Ruby due to its white handle. Absolutely amazing combo, but you can pick any Ruby knife if you do not like this combo. Our Arronte knives can be paired as well, as they have a similar color tone like the gloves. Very nice shiny metallic finish that complements the gloves very nicely. Slaughter knives are a good knife to pair as well, although I'm not a huge fan of that. As you can see, the color matches perfectly with the color tone of the gloves. These gloves are amazing for people who like orangey red inventories. Keep in mind, the gloves are expensive if you want them to look this good, but it is well worth it. Next up, we have Scarlet Chamois gloves. Scarlet Chamois gloves are way darker compared to slingshots and are an amazing option for ruby knives as well. Crimson Web knives might be your best choice here, as they have the exact same colors as the gloves. As you can see, the black and red team matches perfectly, making these gloves the perfect pair if you want to build a specific Crimson Web inventory. Doppler rubies work very well, but you want to take a knife with a black handle to match it perfectly. Of course, you can use white-handled knives like the Talon Ruby, but in my opinion, for example here, the M9 Ruby looks amazing with these gloves. Next up, we have bronze morph gloves. These gloves are extremely underrated and should be used more often with gut knife gamma Dopplers. Specifically, the gut knife Emerald pairs the best with these gloves. The Emerald blade paired with a red handle matches perfectly with these gloves. As you can see, the orange and red of the handle is almost the exact same color tone as the red on the gloves. Of course, you can also use regular gamma Dopplers, but again, nothing beats an Emerald in terms of looks. But if you really want this combo for a budget, then look for a gut knife gamma Doppler. Next up, we have big game gloves. These gloves are a great option when paired with tiger tooth knives. Also, you can look for specific patterns if you want more orange on the gloves, so they can pair even better with tiger tooths. Other than tiger tooths, you can pair skeleton urban masked pattern 745, which will be expensive most of the time. You can pair this pattern with glove pattern 189 for an amazingly unique look. Again, the patterns will be expensive, so keep that in mind. Although this is a really creative combo, as you can see, the white lines combine perfectly with the skeleton urban mask. Arid gloves are another amazing choice when paired with tiger tooth knives. However, I think the gloves pair better with lower knives. The tiger tooths are more orangey, which doesn't fit the yellow color tone of the gloves, so I would definitely recommend lower over tiger tooth. Next up, we have Nox gloves. Nox gloves are very basic, but they have insane potential for combos. If you want to break up the colors, you can pair them with urban mask knives for a mix of black and white. You can also use rare gems on knives that have black handles if you want to make that gem finish stand out even more, as I'm showing you here. The emerald blade of the M9 looks absolutely amazing when paired with Nox gloves. You can also use vanilla knives with Nox for a very basic but clean look, which is not seen very often. Next up, we have Omega gloves. These gloves are similar to Arid gloves, but Omegas are way more defined with darker elements. Lure knives are your best choice to pair with these gloves, as the glove patterns pair amazingly well with lure pattern. You can also use tiger tooth knives, but they are more orange colored, so I don't really recommend that, as you can see here when paired with this agent with the golden watch. Next up, we have hedge maze gloves. These gloves are one of the most sought out gloves. Obviously, your best choice would be gamma Doppler emerald knives, and I recommend the M9 Emerald specifically. Of course, you can use regular gamma Dopplers as well. However, black laminates are another amazing choice, although most people will not use cheap knives with these gloves. The rubbery texture of the gloves fits perfectly with the wood and black and white texture of black laminates. Next up, we have superconductor gloves. These gloves are very clean looking, reminding me of the Vulcan AK. Your best choice would be to pair them with gamma Doppler diamond gems, which is phase 1s. The karambit pairs the best as it has a small blade and a dark handle. You can use Doppler sapphires as well, but sapphires are a bit darker compared to diamond gems, and this combo looks absolutely amazing. In my opinion, it is better than a case hardened blue gem. Next up, we have Weiss gloves. These gloves are your best choice for pink inventories. The best knife to pair with these gloves are obviously fade knives. More specifically, you want to use knives with a small blade to avoid white and blue fade colors. You can also use Dopplers, phase 2s if you prefer the range of colors instead of the singular fade. Keep in mind the Dopplers do look a little bit washed out, so it will not pop out as much as the fade. But still, regardless, it is a nice combo, and in some cases, Dopplers are cheaper on the more budget knives. Next up, we have amphibious gloves. These gloves are your best choice if you want to pair blue gem case hardened knives. Insanely clean combo, and Talon knives are your best choice here. Naturally, you can use Doppler sapphires as well, but I like the blue gems way more. Lastly, for sport gloves, we have Pandora's box. Black pearls are very rare to see in game and they pair the best with these gloves. The color tone matches 1-to-1 with the black pearl knives. Now the alternative would be Doppler Phase 2 knives, although they have quite a bit of pink throughout the blade. As you can see, this combo slaps, and if you like the color purple, unfortunately, you have only two options. You can get Pandora's boxes for a better look, obviously, or Imperial blades. Next up, let's go with specialist gloves. First off, we have Crimson Web gloves, which pair the best, obviously, with Crimson Web knives. You can pair specific different patterns if you want webs to look specific. Autotronic knives are a good choice with these gloves as well. The silvery tone will break up all the red on the gloves, which gives combo a unique look. And honestly, I prefer this over the Crimson Web knives for obvious reasons. I just don't like pairing the same type of finish with the same type of gloves. You can also use Doppler Ruby knives with these gloves for a creative look, although slingshot gloves are a better choice for rubies, just because the Crimson Web gloves are a bit kinda washed out and the Doppler rubies are just way too bright. Next up, we have Tiger Stripe gloves. Now these gloves are very hard to pair with, and the only knife that works with these gloves is Tiger Tooth. Specifically, Talon Tiger Tooth would be your best choice as the white handle pairs the best. I'm not a huge fan of this combo, but I mean, it's obvious. Tiger Tooth, Tiger Strike, it makes sense. However, the gloves are just way too orangey compared to the yellow Tiger Tooth. Despite that, the combo does look good. Next up, we have Backshot gloves. Now these gloves are extremely underrated and should be an amazing option for people on a budget. I recommend pairing them with high float brass coat knives for a best possible combo. Although obviously you can also use Reveal Forest, Forest DD Pad or Safari Mesh knives as well. The gloves are very cheap and the knives you can combo with them are as well. For this example, I paired a Huntsman brass coat, but you should generally look for smaller bladed knives. Next up, we have foundation gloves. Now these gloves are a must for people who like mango fade knives. Obviously, the best knives to pair with these gloves are mango fades. If you did not know, some fade knives can have a percentage of fade that gives off a mango color. If you want a budget knife, then go for Huntsman fade. If you want a more expensive option, the butterfly fade is your best choice. You can also use Damascus steel knives as their silvery metallic finish pairs really well with the white on the foundation gloves. Now obviously this is a preference totally, but for a budget combo, the Damascus steel does look pretty good. Although if you want these gloves to look flawless, you will pay quite a hefty price. So maybe try to find some field-tested ones that look good but are not so expensive. Next up, we have Forest DD Pad gloves. Now obviously these are best paired with the same knives as Backshot gloves. Not much to say here as the gloves are literally Forest camo themed, so obviously it pairs the best with such finishes, which means Real Forest, Forest DD Pad, and Safari Mesh. Next up, we have Lieutenant Commander gloves. Now these gloves are a great budget option for a more creative combo. You can pair bright water knives as the combo looks better compared to polygon gloves. You can also use Damascus steel knives as the colors fit in nicely when combined with colors on the gloves. You can also use Talon case hardened knives, preferably with a little bit of blue. But honestly, here I think the Damascus steel finish pairs the best with these gloves. Next up, Emerald Web gloves. Now these gloves are extremely expensive, but they look amazing when paired with gamma Dopplers. Specifically, emeralds look the best with these gloves. But as I said, they are very expensive. But again, if you can afford the gloves, you can also afford an emerald knife. Next up, we have Mogul gloves. Now these gloves are similar to Lieutenant Commanders a little bit. They can be paired with Talon Dopplers as their white handle fits in very well with these gloves. You can also use Urban Mesh knives as their color palette matches really nicely with the gloves, but I think the Dopplers, specifically the Talon Doppler, fits the best. Even though the Dopplers are a bit dark in terms of blue, but that dark blue pairs really well with the outside of the gloves, like on the palms, as you can see. Next up, we have Field Agent gloves. Now these gloves are a great option for a budget combo. Your best finish to pair with these gloves would be blue steel knives. You can also use Marble Fade knives with blue and yellow colors specifically. Next up, Marble Fade gloves. Now these gloves are decent gloves. They are pretty decent, that do not change with different patterns. You can pair Marble Fade knives and aim for a specific knife pattern to match the gloves. You can also use Dopplers for a more creative look, which is my preference again. Obviously, most people will pair Marble Fade gloves with Marble Fade knives, but I think Dopplers are quite a nice addition to the overall color palette. Next up, Fade gloves. Now these gloves do change with different patterns, which makes them have an insane amount of combos. You can pair the same knives as with Marble Fade gloves, but since patterns on these gloves change, it makes for a huge range of options. You can pair the right glove to match perfectly with the knife, or you can pair the left glove to kinda blend in with the knife colors. Lastly, for specialist gloves, we have Crimson Kimono gloves. These gloves are absolutely amazing looking, but they're extremely expensive. There are full red and full black patterns. For full red patterns, you want to pair with ruby doubler knives. In this example, I'm showing you the M9 Ruby, which you have to admit looks absolutely amazing. And the pattern of these gloves is not even full red. Now for full black patterns, you want to pair them with scorched black gems or vanilla knives. Now this M9 is obviously not a black gem, but it still looks pretty nice, and even the pattern on the gloves is not full black, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have Bloodhound gloves. Gorilla gloves are extremely underrated for a camo combo. You can pair these gloves with either Boreal Forest or Forest DD Pet knives. You can make yourself a nice camo combo for around 200 euros and you will not regret it. In this case, I picked the classic Boreal Forest, and classic knives are underrated as well. They have a nice passive animations, a great inspect animation as well. Next up, we have Snakebite gloves. Now these gloves are a bit hard to pair. Your best option here are rust coat knives. Now you can go for high float or low float rust coats depending on how you want to fit in with the color palette. Here I picked the high float rust coat. Doesn't really pair amazingly well with the gloves, but I just like the duality of like bright and dark. Next up, bronze gloves. These gloves are also very underrated and they are best paired with gold gem case hardened knives. You can use any pattern really, but full gold gems fit the best for obvious reasons. In this case, I picked the Talon just because its white handle pairs nicely with the golden bronze of the gloves. Lastly, for Bloodhound gloves, we have Char gloves. They're your best budget option if you are looking to build yourself a Crimson Web team inventory. The gloves are best paired with Crimson Web knives, and more specifically, I recommend Gut Knife Crimson Web for a full outlaw look. That's it for part 1, so if you enjoyed, hit that like button and stay tuned for part 2, where I will showcase the rest of the gloves. I hope you have an amazing day, and if it's not too much to ask, hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.